everyone, I am Nishu and welcome back you again on the same topic of the human alimentary canal system. Now children, in the last video we have discussed about mouth and the three parts of the mouth. And now we are going to move ahead of the part of the human alimentary system, that is your pharynx. Now let us know that what is pharynx. Pharynx is a short conical region beyond soft palate. Now children, hope you know now what is soft palate. I told you that the palate is the above part of the mouth and the front part is your hard and the posterior part is your soft. So that soft palate, so your pharynx is at the behind, at the posterior part towards your soft palate. Now it is very short part, it is a conical in shape. Now children, this pharynx, it allows food and air process cross from here. From the pharynx part, it is the posterior, it is in the behind, at the last part of the mouth, from where your mouth and the windpipe, both of them pass behind inside the system. Now, it is divided into two parts. Pharynx can be divided into two parts and these two parts are nasopharynx and your oropharynx. By the name you can understand. Naso means nose and oro means oral cavity. So nasopharynx is leading towards the nasal cavity through the nose and oropharynx is passing through the oral cavity, that is your mouth. Now let us study separately, individually, that what is nasopharynx and what is oropharynx. Now children, your nasopharynx, where does it lies? It lies immediately behind the nasal cavity. Now this is your nasal cavity and at the posterior part here there is again, like in the anterior part, two openings are there. Similar two openings are behind also. So passing through the nasal cavity at the posterior part here, again your nasopharynx lies. So that is why it is written that it lies immediately behind the nasal cavity. As soon as the nasal cavity is finishing, here your nasopharynx is located. Now it extends up to the level of soft palate. Now nasal cavity is here, your nasopharynx is here and soft palate is little bottom when the mouth is finishing. So from here till the oral cavity, till the soft palate, it is moving down. So children, from where to where your nasopharynx is located? Nasopharynx is located at the posterior part of the nasal cavity and it is extending down. It is moving down inside, internally, till the soft palate region of the buccal cavity. Now children, let us move to the oropharynx. Now oropharynx lies behind the mouth and it extending from soft palate to below. Now it is clear, oro with the name oro. So oropharynx is the last part of the mouth and from where it is starting from the soft palate and where it is moving down internally and it will connect to the oesophagus, the next part of the pharynx. So oropharynx is lying behind the mouth, extending from soft palate to below. Now children, buccal cavity opens into it. Buccal cavity it is obviously where your oropharynx is located. Oropharynx is located at the posterior part, at the back part. So your buccal cavity, inner part of the mouth, it is obviously that they will open into the oropharynx only. So that is why it is written that buccal cavity opens into it. Now children, its opening to the larynx. Larynx is here. This is your larynx. This is called as voice box. So its opening to the larynx is called as glottis. Always remember children, the oropharynx from the mouth, when it is moving down and it is moving till the larynx part, so the opening of the oropharynx towards the larynx is called as glottis. So children, this is one of the most important term, which is your glottis. Now children, now oropharynx, it lies on the floor of oropharynx behind the tongue. So where your glottis is present, glottis is present at the floor of the oropharynx. It's obvious, it is real only that it is at the last part. It is located there. Now, it bears leaf-like cartilaginous flap called as epiglottis. Now what happens? Here we are talking about the food pipe. So your oropharynx is leading to the larynx part and it is called as glottis, and this glottis at the bottom is protected by a leaf-like structure and it is made up of cartilage, and this leaf-like cartilaginous structure is covering the glottis part from above. And what is the reason for that? Why it is covering it? Why it is fitting on the glottis? So that during swallowing the food, it prevents the entry of food into windpipe. Now children, while eating food, now what happens? Your nasopharynx and your oropharynx, both are moving. This is your oropharynx, this is your nasopharynx. Both are moving down till here. So children, here at the larynx part, from here your oropharynx will be moving into oesophagus and your nasopharynx will be moving into windpipe, trachea. Now both of them needs a guard, protection, and every time respiration is taking place, we are continuously breathing and inhaling and exhaling. But what happens during swallowing of food? To prevent the entry of food into the windpipe, this glottis is overcovered by the epiglottis, so that from the food pipe, from the oropharynx, the food cannot pass into the windpipe and proper respiration can continue. The proper breathing process can continue. Children, it becomes very dangerous when the food from the oropharynx enters into the windpipe. If it is not properly cured, then death can also take place. So what happens that internally only the body system has made that protection system, that as soon as the food, during swallowing the food comes into that portion, the epiglottis fits over the glottis. It is a flap like structure and it flits open, it fits on that, it comes on the upper part of the glottis and the windpipe is blocked, and it protects, it prevents the entry of food into the windpipe. Now children, let us move ahead with the next part of the human alimentary system. So now let us children move ahead with the next part of the human alimentary canal system, which is your oesophagus. Children, this oesophagus is also called as food pipe. In your childhood classes, you have studied food pipe, which biologically in the higher classes, you will be calling it as a oesophagus. Oesophagus, which is extending down into the thorax region. Till yet we have studied mouth, then we finished just now pharynx, and now a long tube we will be discussing, and that tube is oesophagus. Now children, this oesophagus is a long, it is narrow, it's not broader, it is a narrow part, it is very long, it is narrow, and plus it is muscular, means it is made up of muscles. So your oesophagus is long tube-like structure, it is narrow tube-like structure, as well it is muscular tube-like structure, which directly leads into, it means that which directly opens into stomach. So on the above part of the oesophagus is your mouth and pharynx, and at the bottom it is your stomach. So if I diagrammatically explain, this is your buccal cavity. This buccal cavity is opening into oropharynx, pharynx part. Then this oropharynx is moving into the larynx part, glottis and all. Then from your neck portion, it is moving down a long tube-like structure, and this long tube-like structure will be opening into stomach. So on one hand, this portion is your oesophagus. This is your oesophagus. So children, on one hand, your mouth and pharynx region is there, and on the other hand your stomach is there. So this was the meaning of the line, that it is long, narrow, muscular tube like structure which directly leads to the stomach, opens to the stomach. Now children, this oesophagus is about 25 centimeter long. How much? It is 25 centimeter. 25 centimeter long. And children, it passes downward through the neck, thorax and abdominal cavity. Now what are the region? Neck, you know through which part it is moving. So your larynx is over here. Then your oesophagus is passing through neck. Then it is passing through thorax. Thorax region is called as chest region. Chest. So it is passing the thorax region and then it is moving into the abdomen. Abdomen means stomach region. Your the bottom part of the thorax where your stomach, kidney and all are located. So that is your abdomen. So oesophagus is passing through neck region, then your thorax, chest region, then into your abdomen region. Why? Because it has to connect to the stomach. Now children, let us understand the structure of stomach. Now children, I am moving to the next part of the human alimentary system, which is your stomach. Now children, this stomach, it is a dilated portion of alimentary canal. Now how it is dilated? Diagrammatically I will explain you. Now it is situated between oesophagus and beginning of the small intestine. Now stomach leads into small intestine and stomach has two regions called as cardiac region and pyloric region. Now children, let us understand diagrammatically. Now this was your food pipe which was extending from the buccal cavity. Now this is your dilated part of the stomach. This is what it means that it is dilated portion of alimentary canal. Now children, this is your stomach part. Now children, this is a dilated portion of the stomach. Now I told you that stomach is divided into two regions, that is your cardiac region and your pyloric region. Children, this part is called as cardiac region of stomach, and this portion is called as pyloric region of stomach. And you know children that stomach is responsible for digestion of food. Most of the breaking down of food takes place inside the stomach, and particularly children in the cardiac region. In the cardiac region, maximum breaking down of the food process is done, and pyloric rest leftover food which is not broken in the cardiac region, that is broken down in the pyloric region. So stomach is divided into two regions, your cardiac region and pyloric region. Children, then I have told you that it is situated between oesophagus and beginning of small intestine. Now children, this is your oesophagus ending here. This is the ending of oesophagus. And children, this is the beginning of small intestine. Hope children the sentence is clear, that it is situated between oesophagus and beginning of small intestine. In between oesophagus and your small intestine. So this portion is your stomach, which is located in between the oesophagus and your small intestine. Now children, this stomach opens into small intestine. And now we shall move to the next part of the human alimentary system, that is your small intestine. Now let us children move ahead with the next part, that is your small intestine. Now the small intestine is a convoluted tube. How it is convoluted? Diagrammatically I will explain now. So it is your convoluted tube. Now children, it extends from stomach to the large intestine. On one side it is connected to stomach and on the other side it is connected to large intestine. Like your stomach was connected to esophagus and your small intestine, similarly your small intestine is connected on one hand with the stomach and on the other hand with the large intestine. So it is located in between stomach and large intestine. Now children, the small intestine is approximately 5 meter, that is your 16 feet long. Now it consists of 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Now let us see the structures. Now children, this was your stomach. Now children, this part is the beginning part of the small intestine. Children, this part is called as duodenum. The beginning of the small intestine is duodenum. Now children, I told you that it is a convoluted part. It is highly convoluted part. So children, this convoluted highly coiled part, this part is your jejunum. And children, the portion where this is getting over and it will be getting connected to the large intestine, this end part, this part is your ileum. This is your ileum. So children, diagrammatically I have tried to explain you the 3 parts location, that where they are situated. Duodenum is located in the beginning where your stomach is ending and small intestine is starting. So it is your duodenum. Then the middle portion, highly convoluted part, is your jejunum. And where the small intestine is ending up, that part is your ileum. Discuss it in detail, that what is duodenum, jejunum and ileum. So children, now theoretically try to understand what is duodenum. Duodenum, it is the first part of the small intestine. Diagrammatically I have shown you. Then it is approximately 25 to 30 centimeter long. It lies in a C shape around the head of pancreas. Now what do you mean by this? Now children, this was your stomach and this was your jejunum part. This one was your duodenum. And children, this is a C-shaped structure. This is a C-shaped structure from where your pancreas is located. Pancreas is located. So children, this is what this sentence means, that it lies in a C shape. In a C shape, this is your C shapes. And C shape around where your pancreas head. This is the head of pancreas. Pancreas head is lying. So this is what this sentence means. Now children, next part is your jejunum. This jejunum is making 2/5 part of the small intestine, highly coiled like structure. And then the last is ileum, which is making 3/5 part of the small intestine. And after this ileum, now the last part is ileum, which is combining, which is joining to the large intestine. Hope children you have understood the today's part, all the parts, whatever I have explained today. Now the topics which are left in this human alimentary system is the description of large intestine, rectum and anus, which I will be discussing in the next part of the video. Till today, whatever I have explained, I hope you have understood. Thank you.